Good morning, friends. Ashlyn again from Little Hen Homestead. Welcome back. And today I already made my list. And we have a few things to get done today. Not anything crazy. It's probably going to rain some today, so not a lot of outdoor projects, but I did make a pretty decent list here, and I already got started on it some. I have doing the dishes, meal preparation. We have to make some pizzas. I'm going to freeze them. Some sourdough bread, some flatbread, some carne asada with rice and beans. I had to help my grandma with some technical things already this morning, which I finished, and that went quite well. We even got to go for a little trip to Goodwill. And let's see, I needed to maybe buy some potting soil, but that can probably wait. I put some new wood chips down for the chickens, and then we'll see what happens from there. I do have my evening social gathering tonight, so I am pretty booked up. So I think that'll get us through a good chunk of the day. So dishes are already done and running in the dishwasher. I like to cook with an empty, clean dishwasher so I can put all my dirty dishes in there when I'm done and have a nice clean kitchen. And I did learn that from Acre Homestead. It's just a clever trick. It works great. You feel very accomplished when you can just throw all your dirty dishes in the dishwasher, click it to run, and good to go from there. So I think what we're going to start with is feeding our sourdough starter so that we can get sourdough bread started tonight, and then we will put the carne asada on the grill. Okay, so I have two sourdough starters. One is from the Otis starter from Whispering Willow, and then the other starter is a starter that my friend's mother-in-law made, or stepmom made, and they haven't been fed in about a week, so you can see they have hooch on top, which is this kind of grayish black liquid. This one has some too, so they're real hungry, so I'm going to feed them just some unbleached wheat flour, and then just stir it in and let them sit out near the stove for a few hours until they nearly double in height, and then I'll know that the starter is active and ready to be added to a dough mixture. So I have to make bread, but I also made pizza dough the other day, so out of sourdough. So I'm probably going to defrost some of that and make some homemade pizzas as well, and that way I'll have some dinners for the week. So let's do the feeding the sourdough. And usually I open this up. I do them both at the same time because it's more convenient. And I have two active starters to use. You don't have to have two of them. You can just have one and you'll make plenty of bread that way. Okay, so here's a tip. You can easily break these mason jars, especially when they're cold, with a metal spoon. So you don't really want to mix them up with a metal spoon. So you could buy like a sourdough mixing tool, but I find that if you have one of these cheap spatulas where the top comes off, that this tool, nice flat and long ones, mixes really well without damaging the jar. So I just stick it in here and mix it up. If you watched me on Instagram, you know I did the Battle of the Breads where I compared sourdough starters. These both made really good bread. It just depended on kind of like what you wanted out of your bread. One of them was a little more sour than the other, but now I'm not as concerned about making it like super separate because I just like having a lot of sourdough starter ready to go, as I like to make a lot of my own things from scratch. So I actually do, and this might bother some people, mix it right into the other one. And one of these is way more thick than the other. This is my one from my friend, and his is a lot thicker of a consistency. And that might just be because of how much flour I added to one versus the other, but they both work just fine. So there's no like exact science that I follow for this, which I know some people really like to have a recipe to follow, and you can find those online if you want to. But I kind of just guesstimate and it works really well for me. I don't like having to follow like exact rules. They're easy to mess up. I just want to be able to make some bread. I do follow like a perfect exact recipe when I actually make my breads or pizza doughs or whatever I'm making. It's just not when I'm making like feeding my starter. I kind of go a little bit more relaxed on that. Let me get my flour. I think this is running a little bit low. I'm going to refill it here quick. Let me move you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I do love labeling stuff. That's something you'll learn about me. You watch my channel. This is organic einkorn that I got from Azure Standard. And then this is just whole wheat flour, white whole wheat flour, King Arthur. And I just like to put a little blend of different flours in this flour jar or container, and I do write on the inside of them with just some masking tape what it is. I'm just going to pour this in, and I'm just going to pour the rest of it. It's one less thing to keep in my pantry. Throw that away, and then, I don't know. Ooh, this even has a little pizza dough recipe on it. I'm going to mix maybe about half in here. I found that different flours can make for like a different sourdough flavor. Sometimes they're more sour or more grainy, or they'll get a different kind of rise or a harder crust. And I think the flours do make a difference, and also just how the bake went. So I'm just going to pour some flour in here. Probably going to do 3 scoops. 2, 3. This one. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 1 more scoop for each one. Okay. Done. Close this up. And then I'm going to add just some warm water on top and then mix it in. And they say it should be kind of like 1 to 1 to 1 as far as it goes for like sourdough starter to flour to water. I don't always do that, and I still have really good sourdough. So again, I don't believe it's an exact science, but if you're struggling with sourdough, there's lots of courses out there, and you might want to try doing 1 to 1 to 1, which is what I did pretty religiously when I first got my starters active, just to make sure they got a nice good start. But now I've kind of just nonchalantly added and discarded and such. And I bet you I'll be able to get a really nice rise on this, even though it's not exact. Alright, so while we're waiting for those starters to get active, I decided to hard boil some eggs. So I've got those rolling over here. And then I also threw the carne asada on the grill. Hi guys. Let's give it a check on. Ooh, it's looking good. Probably need to flip it over some. While we're grilling stuff, I think I'm going to grill up our very first zucchini from the garden, which is pretty exciting. It is getting a little funky on the end here, so we're just going to eat this part of it. And it's really good grilled up in some olive oil with a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm just going to chop up some slices and throw them on the grill. So the zucchini's all ready to go. I think I am going to lay a little layer of tin foil down on the grill so it doesn't stick too much to the grill. But I'm not going to wrap it up in there or anything because I do want it to get that nice flavor that the grill provides. And these look pretty much done, so I think I'm going to take, and I wish you could smell it. It smells so good, but you always want to let your meat rest after it's cooked for a little bit so that it locks in all of the juiciness. So I'm going to let it sit here for 10 to 15 minutes while I finish up boiling these eggs and getting my zucchini ready, and then we're going to slide out and check on our zucchini. I think it looks already. It's starting to crisp up pretty nicely. I like my zucchini not charred. I think everybody has different preferences, so that's mine. Like, this is alright, but I don't like it when it's got like black lines in it from the grill itself, so the tin foil really helps with that. Okay, this is looking good. I think I'm going to give them a flip, maybe give it 2 to 3 more minutes, and then I'll bring it inside and we will cut up the carne asada. And while we got that going, we might as well get our rice and beans started. I've decided I'm going to make this carne asada into like a burrito bowl style meal. Should give us like, I don't know, each 2 meals. So dinner tonight, dinner tomorrow kind of thing. And let's go get that started on the stove. So the beans are starting to heat up back here. I'm getting some water boiling for the rice. Let me know what you do. Do you rinse your rice before you cook it? I've done it both ways, rinse and no rinse, and I can't tell the difference. Are you supposed to rinse your rice? I don't know. I am making a lot of rice. My husband loves to eat rice as a side to a lot of his meals, so it's nice to have some pre-made on hand. I think I'm going to make some of this cilantro lime rice, so we'll have to go down to the garden and get some cilantro. But before we do that, let's check on the zucchini. Is it done yet? It's looking good. Oh yeah, I think we're there. Nice and soft, a little crisped on the outsides, but not burnt. That's exactly what I want to see. Okay, I'm gonna go get a plate and bring this inside. Just gonna flip these over once more. Yeah, we're gonna go get some cilantro. The garden abyss down here. It's where all the tools and stuff are. It needs to be really overhaul organized. It's not like super unorganized, like everything's in a designated spot, but it's just, it doesn't have a good system. Look at my garden, you guys. I can't even believe it's mine. Alright, cilantro. I can't remember if this is parsley or cilantro. Good thing I left the label in here. Parsley. Is this parsley too? Shoot. It's all parsley, but we do have some cilantro going to seed here. Probably can steal a few baby leaves off of here to use. It'll still taste cilantro-y. And then we'll use the seeds to make coriander spice later. And we'll probably replant some cilantro too, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more? I think I have enough time to get another good healthy cilantro plant. It smells good. My corn is very behind. We'll have to see if we get anything this year. It's fun to plant though. Cucumber. We're supposed to be up here. There you go. We're growing trees everywhere. Look. A cosmic eclipse tomato. Oh, here's another one. These rock stars out here. You just keep producing, girls. I can't wait to harvest. Since we cooked up the first zucchini we have, let's see if there's any more out here. Because once they start coming, they kind of don't stop coming. This one looks harvestable. Looking good. There's like 3 more on here. This one's getting a little funky on the end too. I think that's just because I didn't harvest them right away. They were a little small, but I think they kind of got a little rotten on the rain front. Okay, let's go back up and finish our cooking. Okay, I think our carne asada has had enough time to rest, so let's get it sliced up. Okay, so I just added my cilantro and I'm going to add store-bought lime juice. It is what it is. It's from concentrate. That's what I have on hand. So, and then maybe a little butter, and I'm going to mix that in. It needs salt. Let's add that in. Let's mix it up. And I think it needs a tad bit more lime juice as well. So I can barely taste it in here. Mixing that up. Let's give it a little taste. That's really good. I think that's actually perfect. So I'm gonna start layering my burrito bowls. So unfortunately I had some technical difficulties with my camera, so here are the burrito bowls in all their glory, all stacked up. Alright, so some of these zucchini were a little funky from the garden, so I'm gonna feed these to the chickens. And then some of the eggs, when I was boiling them on the stove, got a little funky, so I crushed them up, and I crushed the eggshells in there too. It's a good source of protein and calcium for the chickens, so I'm gonna feed that to the chickens as well. So let's go. I thought it was gonna rain, but it hasn't yet, so maybe it's waiting till this evening. Let's walk over by the chickens, give them a little treat. What's everyone doing? Hi, dogs. Hi, dogs. Puppies. Look. He's lounging. What are you doing in there, Bandit? Bandit made herself a little bed. Want some treats? Some snacks. Start eating it. Hey guys, what's up? It is a new day and I just wanted to wrap up this vlog. It's getting kind of long, and I did end up going to my Tuesday night social gathering, but there was like seriously like a flash flood on the way there. I was excited though because my plants should have gotten a lot of good water that night. But anyhow, I didn't end up making the pizzas I was gonna prep because I did realize I had some already made pizza crust. So that would be easy enough to just put some sauce and cheese and toppings on and throw in the oven as we need them. As far as the sourdough goes, I did make sourdough and even some sourdough English muffins, but I'm going to have to put that in a separate vlog because this vlog is getting a little too long. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time on the Little Hen Homestead.